How does locking a rate work, and when should I do it? And that's from John in Houston.
Okay, so I'm assuming John's talking about mortgage rates. When you lock in a mortgage, so basically what happens is you first sit down with, a loan officer, and they're going to run you through your options. At Satori Mortgage, we like to give, I always like to try to give four options. Sometimes there's a lot more, sometimes there's just one. But there's also definitely different types of rate options. Mortgage rates do change every day, up and down. Just like,
Multiple times a day.
yep, correct. Just like the stock market. And basically, locking is when you tell a loan officer that you want to lock. Now you're locked into that day.
Mhm.
And there can be durations too. You can lock for 14 days. You can lock for 30 days. You can lock for 45 days. You can lock for 90 days.
And you're generally gonna have to pay a little bit more for the longer the lock.
Correct. The longer you hedge the lock, meaning the longer you lock for, the more it costs. So a 90-day lock is a lot more expensive than a 15-day lock. Um, that's sitting down with, a professional, and really running through options like, when to lock, you know, why would you lock, how long do you need to lock for. Also, too, once you do lock, that might change your bottom line as well, because it might change your credit, it might change, you know, just closing costs in general, right?
Yeah, and the thing with it too is just you're hedging your bets against having the go beyond the lock before when you finish the deal too. That's the thing about it is if it's a little bit easier deal and there's not as many moving parts to it, a shorter lock is going to have work more often than if it's a really involved deal. It's going to take a long period of time. But again, this is where you want to consult with an expert. It's not something that generally people try to play the market themselves because they generally don't have as good a knowledge
Yeah,
base.
yeah, and I would say again that's I everybody's different. I have tons of people that love to play the market.
Mhm.
They I always generally, and my team, we always generally kind of put it in somebody's court. My philosophy is if you see something you like it, lock it.
Yep.
You know,
It might not be there. Yep.
if you read it and you can understand kind of how rates work and go up and down, or you just kind of want to gamble, some people just like doing it, let it ride.
Yep.
But generally, if you like it, lock it. If you want to gamble, let it ride.
Yep, it's individual preference on it, but it's just one of those conversations you have to be comfortable with your decision either way.